special Weedsnake opening.
Yeah, so on this exciting episode,
Yes.
what do we got going on, man?
Man, we have a podcast first. We have a first interview with one of the bands on the label.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And it's the band you just listened to, Weedsnake.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a while, getting this set up. So this was a real effort getting the technology to fucking work today, huh?
Yeah.
So we're trying to bring in
We learned a lot about Zoom today.
We're trying to bring in a Zoom call, mix it in with our sound and our cameras, and we got the tape deck sitting over there. We didn't even fuck with that yet, but we'll try that after the interview.
After all the testing we did, we didn't test the
No, we didn't test the tape deck. So we got the tape deck hooked up because we want to play a Weedsnake tape for you guys after the interview of the live show that they recorded back in 2022.
Nice.
That we have on cassette available for the kids out there.
It's on the label as well. It's a release from
that is a
Beyond.
Things from Beyond release.
Okay.
Very happy about that. Very proud of those cassettes. That was a fun project.
Now,
So
was this a coffin cassette release?
No.
Okay, so different.
No, regular,
Yeah.
just like factory produced.
Okay.
Factory produced cassettes.
Right.
Yeah, for the masses. So we've been worrying about this all day and all week, trying to make sure that everything is going to be hooked up right. We think we know so much, and then we get started trying to connect all this stuff. And it's just a big shit show. So,
but we think we have the interview down. I think we're gonna have something special for you.
We'll see. It's 9 minutes until we're supposed to call them, or they're supposed. Yeah.
It's 7. Okay. All right. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're doing this over Zoom, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk to the entire band, right?
Yeah, I think the whole band's gonna be there, man. It's gonna be really cool. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Talking to Weedsnake.
Interesting to see what their setup's gonna be like. If they're just gonna be coming and going off of one camera.
I don't know.
Because if they're just using their laptop camera, just like the range field of sight can be limited sometimes.
We'll see how many Weedsnakes can fit in a shot.
Yeah.
Can fit in an image. How many Weedsnakes can dance on the head of a pin?
Hopefully, 5 of them?
4.
Oh, so hopefully at least
There's only we need a minimum of 4 Weedsnakes
okay.
to fit in the image. So we'll see how that works out.
All right.
So how do we do this, man? Do we click over to Zoom and
I'm gonna just start the meeting here at 8 o'clock, and then they'll join.
And they'll join the meeting if they got their shit together.
Yeah, I'll need to set up the screens or the windows so that their images up there
so
for
we
you
can
find
see them
folks.
up there.
You find folks will see them in the 2-shot and the up top shot, and then obviously we'll cut in.
And we'll have
we'll have some
nice
cutaways.
rendering.
Yeah, of the actual episode that'll give them some full screen love.
Yeah.
And then we'll just talk to them. So for us, we're gonna have to look there because our monitored camera is gonna basically be.
Well, our
here.
camera's here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, if we to see them, yeah.
Okay.
But if we want to see their reaction,
we have to look like that.
Yeah. If they,
Alright.
it's gonna be interesting. Maybe I can get them up here as well one day, so we can at least be looking here at the laptop screen. But there you go, the technical advancements of the show.
The fucking tech, fighting tech all day. I don't think it's very user friendly. Any of this shit.
Well, once we update everything to
that's true.
user-friendly versions.
Because we kind of got like a pretty ramshackle rig here of a bunch of things patched together.
It's every camera we could find.
To try to make a production out of this.
Does it have a lens? Does it have a power source? And will it record? Yeah, we put it on.
We got them all working right now.
All right.
That GoPro's a motherfucker to get connected to the thing. I don't understand. I do the same goddamn thing every time, and it
first
fights
upgrade.
me. It fights me and gets me in a mood. I don't want to be in a mood. I want to be, be ready for some doom.
Yeah.
Some podcasting doom.
The series of connections, the way you have to do it, the way you explain it to me is just like, okay, that is, you have to do that every time. You just can't connect it and go.
No, but I did it that way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
The thing makes me blue.
So,
but it's working now. It's doing something. It's got a red light and a blue light.
Let's hope the Zoom call is not. Should we do it live? Should we set it up? We'll set it up live.
Yeah, go ahead. You set it up. Yeah, we'll cut it all out. This is all shit anyway.
And then the next thing you'll see is probably going to be the interview. All right.
Okay. So we're trying to zoom in with the Weedsnake here. We'll see.
And they're calling in from Mexico City, folks. So this is a legit.
Pretty amazing, huh?
International.
This is some international shit.
Yeah. we're going official. So
Fuck it, we're doing it live. So Fernando, bass player.
yes.
Actually, he's lefty bass player. So he rearranged his band's practice schedule. He's in another band.
Okay.
So they rearranged their practice schedule so that he could be on the call tonight.
All right.
So I just wanted to let everybody know how much I appreciate that. It's like we had to move mountains to get this thing working. It really was an international effort in the truest sense.
Rescheduling and okay.
Yeah, this is the first of many. You know, hopefully we can get our other bands on.
Yeah, we want to
to
get
do
as
these. You know, because this
many
is
of the label bands as possible, man. So what was the? Okay, so I was setting that up. So you said
Yeah,
the bass
there we go.
player move things around for us.
yeah. So this was okay. Yeah, we have to finish our story from episode 1 because the recording got all dicked up.
Okay.
We didn't get to finish explaining our the situation trying to get Weedsnake here.
Oh, getting them to America.
Yeah. So
Or
this will be
United
the
States.
this will be the continuation of that story. So I guess once we get them on the call, we'll get them to kind of
to fill
tell
in.
us about it. But yeah, Fernando Furious, he went on quite an adventure for his interview, for his visa interview.
He had to travel across like
Yeah, dude. He
several cities.
trekked down the mountains
Yeah.
and crossed a few deserts, and had to weather some storms. And
for the shortest interview ever.
apparently so. We'll see how he tells it.
Yeah,
but
I definitely want to hear about that.
What he told me was that he just went in there and sat down, and they basically flat out told him no, and they didn't really ask him any questions.
Jeez, yeah.
I suspect it's because of his tattooed appearance.
Right.
Is why he was rejected. They said he was not compatible.
Yeah.
He waited 18 fucking months for that interview.
And they waited to tell him something they could have told him in 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's painful.
And I mean,
Stressful.
Who knows if that, for obvious reasons, if that wouldn't have been the sentiment 18 months ago. He'd have been like, hey, come on.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Hard to say. Visas from Mexico take a long time, but just being flat out rejected like that, And they said he could apply again, but they didn't tell him what to do differently.
Right. Like, we're going to deny you but not tell you why.
Yeah.
And then you can do it again.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I'm sure there's a significant fee with that.
And he went up to Monterey,
Mm-hmm.
which is like
All the way from Mexico City?
Yeah, that's like from here to Chicago.
Damn. Yeah.
That is not short.
Right.
And he went up to Monterey because it was quicker to get an interview up there than it was in Mexico City.
Sure, I
could
could
get one
imagine.
sooner.
Yeah.
Fucking made that trip and just got.
I mean, he
kicked
was ready
out
to
right
go.
away.
At least he was dedicated. They were really trying to get here. You don't do that just on a whim. You're serious about coming.
Yeah, so we don't know what the hell to do next.
There we are.
Weedsnake.
And
Join.
There's some. Hey, there
look
they
at
are.
that. What is
Hey
up?
there.
Holy shit, it's Weedsnake.
It's the whole crew.
Hey, holy
What's
shit.
up?
Hey,
Can you see
everybody.
us? Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. You got to see us here.
How the fuck are you guys doing, man? It's been too long.
We're rolling the joint, actually.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Can you hear us okay?
We're doing all right, man.
Good.
Are you?
Yeah, good. So I said, yeah, these guys are rolling a joint. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I was right. So, hey, Ed, so check it out, man. I got my Weedsnake shirt on. What do you think? I look good in this shit, don't I?
Yeah, looking sly. Nice.
It's the purple swirl.
Okay, so hey, can you guys, introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, your name, and the instrument you play? And then we'll kind of start from there.
And I'm Jack. I'm the vocalist. And
I'm Nicolas. I'm the drummer.
hi, I am Fernando. I'm the bass player.
And I'm Etziel. I'm the guitar player.
Awesome. Hey, so thank you guys for being here, for agreeing to meet with us and do this interview. This is really great.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you guys are the first band on Things From Beyond that we're doing a podcast with. So this is something we're going to keep doing with everybody. So you're letting us experiment with you and our gear, all of our equipment, to see if we can pull this off. So
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, so far so good. So here we go. So okay, so tell me about Weedsnake. Like, what is Weedsnake? What's the deal? Pretend I don't know anything. I've never heard of Weedsnake before, and I'm walking down the street, and all of a sudden, tell me about
guys who love to smoke weed and who love to rock and roll. Actually,
I mean, that's if I'm walking down the street, I'm gonna keep listening. Absolutely, yeah. That'll get my attention. That'll definitely get my attention.
Until
be able to explain a little bit more.
Sure. I mean, we definitely love just talking about social criticism and weed and other experiences with drugs, like any other rock band would, you know. And we've been around for like 15 years now. We also,
Damn, that's awesome.
I think that we kind of started in a way of making lyrics, which was like more poetic, and it kind of drifted into just being more laid back and more playful, more fun. That was more like that was part of the evolution of Weedsnake a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think also like changing the lyrics to Spanish maybe was also like a step on like the changing of the band from the beginnings.
Yeah, I mean we've always been bilingual, but this last record is all in Spanish, so that's another decision that we made. That we wanted an album in just Spanish.
Probably it's easier for us to write in Spanish for obvious reasons, probably.
So you know what? That's awesome that you mentioned that because can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's awesome because in one of our previous episodes, because on my journey with the podcast, I'm kind of the new school. I'm the newbie, right? I mean, I played in bands before, but they were more like punk rock, skate punk. But I know metal and I like metal, but I've never dove this deep into the genre of doom. And one of my questions was does everybody sing in English? Because all the examples he's played from bands because we did a show where we looked at bands from Europe, a majority of them sang in English. So when you guys switched over to Spanish, you're saying to switch over to Spanish, were you able to kind of like say more of the things that you were kind of wanting to say, but just probably couldn't get across in English?
Yeah, exactly. And use the idioms, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Say stuff more freely, more like Mexicans would say the stuff we say.
Exactly.
So there's a little bit more connection with and more slang as well with our Mexican crowd.
Yeah, that's
Totally.
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, just what he was saying is right, and just the way that we did this album, and that we've been kind of switching more towards Spanish is exactly that. It just comes out more naturally, and just and it tries to integrate more of a slang or like Mexican culture kind of thing. So that's just the way that the band kind of drifted. But it's always been a bit of Spanish and English, but it just drifted to just Spanish at the end on this record. Yeah.
Very cool. So that brings me to a question I'm really curious about. Something I'm really curious about. How does the world around you, Mexico City, the place you are, how does that influence the art that you're making, the music? How does that influence Weedsnake? Where you are and like the time, like the current time right now where you are. How does that help you make music?
This city has been like a complete chaos since a long time. So definitely influence our day and day. You know what I mean? Of course, our mood and I don't know. it's hard here. It's the fucking ghetto sometimes, and I don't know. Of course, it affects us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that big city vibe that has like the same as like more slang or more like high energy, more partying. There's more people with tattoos here in Mexico City than in other places in Mexico, I think. That kind of thing, So it's always like a very fast-paced kind of vibe and just a lot of attitude. Maybe comparable to like New York City or other big cities.
Yeah, absolutely.
That type of vibe,
Yeah.
So is it that Mexico City itself kind of, would you say you draw more inspiration from the city itself, or just you being in the culture kind of just does it for you, and that there's not as many direct influences?
I think it's maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And I think it was more of being not a part of Mexico, but inside of it. And I mean, myself getting into Weedsnake and hearing their stuff for a long, long time and knowing them for a long, long time before joining. I mean, I think the music and the lyrics were a little bit more serious, and I really tried to turn that around and make it a little bit more comical and I don't know, like
We're also sexy, and like like Maria, like
give it another taste. Not everything is bad, not everything is
Sure.
bad stuff, but we can make fun of it. Yeah, we can enjoy it in that kind of way.
Okay, so you were mentioning that, like, what you brought to it is this, and forgive me if I'm getting this wrong. Is this your first album, first record with the band, or how long have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did, they had 2 songs without vocals that were like a remaster of some old songs. And that's when I joined and I
he recorded
re-recorded some vocals for a couple of songs for a split. And that's where I joined.
But that was a long time ago. So he's been here for like how many years?
Like 5-6 years.
Like 6 years already. So
Cool.
Gotcha.
almost half of the time that we've been.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my first.
The first full album. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I think the thing you should know about Weedsnake is that it's a band that's been like for 15 years playing, but not the same people has been there playing. No?
Right.
Like Etziel has been there forever, and Fernando is one of the founders, and he's one of the he wasn't in the band like for 2 years, I think, or something.
Yeah.
But then he's been there like forever.
Pretty much forever.
Yeah.
And I was there for the second album. Like the first album was another drummer, a really cool drummer named Leonardo Cardoso. And the vocalists have changed a lot.
This is our
Well,
that's one.
Yeah, right.
That's rock and roll,
That's
man.
one, yeah.
It's not yeah. So this is the newest, let's say, like the newest version of Weedsnake. But
but it's also like the
best one.
The truest version.
Yes.
So the truest version?
Like the second drummer, he's been longer. He's been there for a longer time than the first one. So
yeah.
This is the version that people will be debating about on Reddit when comparing the other versions, right? In the comment battles. Yeah. So all right, guys. So tell us about what you guys are currently working on. I know we're gonna go over the other album, but what's going on with you guys currently as far as music wise, and what do you guys got going on?
Yeah, we're actually we're trying to. We want to release a split album with, but we're not sure yet. We're trying to find out with
Which band?
which band we will.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the thing is, we have 2 songs that nobody has heard yet, and
They're already recorded and
they're already recorded. Yeah.
Oh, look at
pretty
that.
much ready.
We got our first exclusive, man.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got a scoop.
I know
here.
we're not going to
Okay.
play them tonight, but at least the information that there are 2 new Weedsnake songs in the universe, right?
New Weedsnake.
Hopefully this year, or as soon as we decide what to do with them, hopefully we can maybe make the split album with like another band that's like a sludge doom band or something.
yeah.
Or maybe they can be used for like some compilation or something. We don't exactly know how it's gonna happen yet, but there's
So it's
there's 2
these,
songs.
and we are hosting like a little festival, do-it-yourself festival here in the city.
The pod party.
Some bands from the Mexican scene.
You're invited to come if you want.
Yeah.
It's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. I'll
In
just
2 weeks, yeah. I heard about this. So it's called
this
it's
is
called
the
the
pod
pot
party?
party. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do this party like every 2 years. This is our
The 5th time that we do
fifth
it.
time we're doing it. Yeah.
Wow.
So
All right, so yeah,
You get
for the folks out there, tell us a little bit about the
Yeah,
history
tell
of
us about
of
the
pot
pot party, man.
and
What's
how that
going on with
how
this?
that got
This is
going.
cool.
Yeah.
pod party. What's up?
basically, we when we start
We spend
playing,
all our money.
yeah, when we start playing, we want to show to the world our band, and we organized the first one, and it was so fucking cool. So we decided to do like the second version of it. Yeah, we've been hosting this thing, so this is the 5th.
Yeah, and also like the theme of it, or a characteristic of it, is that we always do it in a place where you're allowed to smoke weed, right?
Yeah,
So that's one of the
Absolutely,
things.
absolutely.
So we kind of try to find like an underground place, like someone's house or a cool bar where they just lock it up and they allowed us to do our party the way that we want to.
oh yeah,
And it's always like about helping or just other Mexican bands join in, and so it's kind of like
it's like a big party with our friends from other bands, and
Yeah.
and it helps promote other Mexican bands, and so we all help each other with that type of thing, you know. Like,
And I also see it like a big thank you to the fans and the public that buys the merch, and
and everybody has.
we are spending their money that was used to buy merch to give them a great party
yeah,
with great audio, with great bands, and the liberty to smoke without any consequence.
Without any worries. Yeah, yeah.
Without any worries. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, just have your own little mini festival, and with the added bonus of you can smoke all you want.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So who-
The pod party is like Weedsnake, the band itself. So it's been around like since the beginning.
Yeah.
So like the first pod party, I think I wasn't the drummer of Weedsnake, the first pod party. So,
Yeah, he wasn't.
it's been like we try to do it every 2 years, but obviously sometimes we can not do it. So it's been
We have to stop during the pandemic,
yeah.
So-
also.
we didn't did that one, but after that we just kept going. Yeah,
But yeah, it's a big party.
for potheads who like fucking heavy music and
Yeah. It's,
to be high on weed, basically.
Yeah,
But it sounds it's great because it sounds like, you know, once again going back to where you are and how it influences everything you do with the music. Being in a place like Mexico City allows you to have that kind of get together where it's pretty. You can get it centralized. You can get because if you're in a kind of a more smaller, isolated area, you could probably get as much attendance. But with a huge city like Mexico City, a lot of people can attend, and a lot of people who might just hear about it randomly can still attend. You can draw in a lot of different people to the event.
Is it a big scene? You think like the metal scene there in Mexico City, is it big? How would you describe it?
I think it's the biggest in our country for sure because there's so many people and there's definitely a lot of really good bands, especially over the years. Been more and more like
stuff.
good bands here, and
Like metal, like all of the metal stuff, like there's many bands of every genre surrounding like the metal thing, huh? So yeah, from that kind of perspective,
Big,
there's a lot of things happening, and also that day there's gonna happen probably a lot of other stuff in the city that
there's always
maybe
a
you
lot
didn't
of
know about.
events in Mexico City in general, and our DIY festival is focused on sludge, doom, and stoner bands.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Cool.
Basically, we're part of one scene with those genres. We're not actually the only scene, but
It's one scene.
it's pretty big. We try to make it,
The metal scene is huge.
it's pretty big.
Yeah.
The metal scene in general in Mexico City.
The mainstream stuff and that, but this is more like like do it yourself.
This is super underground.
Yeah.
Friends and bands that are like iconic bands from Mexico, So
Yeah, but basically bands between these genres, doom and sludge and stoner.
So who's gonna play?
Yeah, what's the lineup?
This year we have Apocalypsis playing again after a lot of years because one of those guys moved to Europe. So yeah, there are good friends since a long time ago. Actually, their drummer
Was the first drummer.
the first drummer of Weedsnake.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they have another band. It's actually more, more post-metal, sludgy stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're playing again after a long
10 years.
They haven't played for 7 years, and we had the idea to invite them and be like, hey, you haven't played in a while. You want to play at our festival?
Yeah. It's a small
They
reunion.
did. That's our main band for
We
this.
have also these guys from Cthulhu, or I don't know how to spell it, but these
Cthulhu,
guys are fucking legends. Cthulhu or
They're like old school rockers.
Cthulhu way. Now these guys used to play in the Sweet Leaf, who are like a legendary stoner band from the 90s here in Mexico City. So they're playing with
Their current project.
project, and we have a culto.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we know Culto. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Our brothers.
Yeah, that's great.
We have also a band from Chiapas called Bisonte, really cool,
It's a power duo.
sludgy, sludgy, grungy stuff.
Yeah, it's a girl drummer and a guy who plays guitar and sings.
Oh, nice.
And we
Very stoner, very cool.
The power duo. Yeah.
We have also these guys from Chihuahua, another Mexican state. They're called Cottonmouth, and they play like really heavy shit, sludgy stuff. Really good band from Chihuahua. And we have also these guys, Muto Tapes, who I saw like opening for High on Fire like some months ago. They fucking did great. So yeah, I decided to invite them. Who else?
El Culto del Ojo Rojo is one band that I picked, and it's heavy psych and stoner,
Fucking
and
really
doom,
good stuff.
stoner doom, and That one's actually probably maybe the least heavy one, but it's very psychedelic.
Yeah, they're way.
So you know, but it's just more psychedelic rock influenced.
Yeah,
And they're pretty cool guys, and I'm excited also to see them. Me and Fernando saw them one time like 5 years ago.
yeah,
And they're a pretty cool band from here too. So
Nice.
Well, I think, and then Weedsnake, of course, is going to play.
Yeah. Are you guys headlining? Or oh no, you said the other band was headlining.
No, we are
Apocalypse.
Yeah, Apocalypse.
Okay.
You should check out that band.
we want to party after our sets.
Yeah. You don't want to wait to the end. Yeah, I hear you. Hey, well, did you guys put this all together yourselves, right? So,
That's really cool. Yeah, that is really cool.
that is awesome. Yeah. I mean, you don't see very often. I mean, bands themselves without representation or management putting these together like on their own because it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, is it real common in Mexico City, for bands to do this, or just is this really kind of unique?
I mean, I don't know.
Making shows.
booking
is something that happens.
Okay.
But doing this kind of shows, I mean, like a mini festival where we rent the place, the audio, the backline, we choose the bands, we are selling personally the entry, we are selling food done by good friends.
I mean, it's completely do it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, we've surrounded ourselves with good people, and I mean, it has not been easy.
Right.
But
it's not that common, but we like to do it every couple of years because we love it.
The scene here is growing. You can see it. Now we have this really good festival. It's called Doom City Fest here in the city.
That's right.
So it's growing, and that's fucking great. We play there
last year with I Hate God. And,
Oh wow.
Weed Eater and
Weed Eater.
That was fucking great. Yeah. So now we have this year third edition as well.
That one's really good. Yeah.
I would say it's growing. Yeah, the scene here, and it's good for everybody. I think.
So there's like a few festivals going on throughout the past decade. But for sure there are some festivals.
So so when, I don't know if we said yet, when is it? Because if we get this episode out in time, we want everybody to know when it is.
It's April 19th.
April 19th. Okay, cool. And is there?
April 20, but it was.
It's on Sunday, so we just did April 19th.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It could have been 420. Well, maybe the last band will get to play on 420, right? It's gonna go all day, right? That'll be a great way to end it. The festival will end on 420
after midnight. Yeah.
All right. And is there a website or anything, or a Facebook page so people can find details?
Our Facebook page or our Instagram.
Okay.
Facebook, it's Weedsnake.
Okay.
And Instagram is Weedsnake Band.
Okay. So, and then you guys will clearly talk about it on there, on both of those. So cool.
Yeah.
So
we've been talking about it for months.
Okay, cool.
We're constantly promoting it, and there's gonna be
it seems like it's gonna be a sold out.
Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well, congratulations on that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, hopefully if we get this out in time, we can convince some people to fly down to Mexico City. Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you guys tell us a little bit more about the record here? Yeah, so other than, being a little more ironic in the approach and singing in Spanish, what else can you tell us about the record? About influencing, just what was your creative approach to it, and the sound, what were you going for? Do you think it worked out? just tell me about the record. What do you think?
Yeah, we're really happy about the record.
Yeah.
Very proud of it.
we think this is our heaviest stuff.
Yeah.
It's completely the Sabbath cult and our love for Mary Jane again.
And I think Jack's vocals also bring a darker tone that we had in past records, because he's also influenced by like death metal and black metal. So it just his tone, I feel that it just gives it a darker vibe.
Mm.
And as far as the music, it just shows like the evolution of the band.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like we did it on like a long period of time. Like a couple of songs we had them like over there, and just flow like other parts of other songs were just like maybe one day or like a jamming one day, and then
we was also in the pandemic.
Right. Yeah.
Doing this stuff as well. So
it took a while.
Yeah, it feels really dark.
This was more like a jam album.
Okay.
You were jamming, we all liked it, and we joined, and that's how things.
I mean, that's a little bit kind of how our songwriting works. We just kind of start jamming, and we like a riff, and we record it, and we're like, hey, that riff's really cool, and then we start from there.
Yeah, and again, they've been playing together for 15 years, so they know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
So they know what to do, what comes next, what to do or not to do. So it was really fun.
And in this case, he fit really well as far as the songwriting, because it flowed very naturally the way that he wrote a lot of the songs he wrote by himself, and some of them we just got together, all of us, and we started trying to write lyrics for some of the songs.
Yeah.
So since I've started kind of this journey with this podcast and going through the different genre or different songs from the different bands, I've always thought, when these guys are writing these songs, because they can be long, they can be longer than long. How do you end a song, right? And the reason I say that, because on the opening track, you've got that drum breakdown that kind of happens, and you're like, oh, are they wrapping it up? And then it comes back again, and I'm just like, what's the thinking about? This is the right, because it's such a jam heavy songwriting process. What's the thought about, all right, this is the good spot to end the song, or we want to end it like this?
Well, that's the thing, is that we love doing that where you think it's going to end, but then we just stretch it out more, because
he starts to solo.
To me, that just makes it more hardcore in a way, like more I mean, not hardcore the genre, but I'm talking about like just perseverance is just like a stubborn.
Right. It's like a punctuation. It's like an emphasis.
We end them because we have to end them.
Yes. We end up doing sometimes really long songs, as you can tell, but it has that stubborn quality, and we like it like that.
Probably because we.
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, in writing songs, myself, I've always tried to stick to some weird punk rock 2.5 minute format, and I'm like, okay, that's it. But it's just trying to get in your guys' headspace of jamming out and just playing, and I just like, I wonder what would I even do? How could I even? But yeah, it's very cool to see.
The same riff again, but slower.
Yeah,
that's right.
I also think you can polish those jams and those things. And sometimes we have that because we record a lot.
Yeah, there's sessions where he puts record and all the rehearsal is recorded.
Nice.
So you can listen to it again and again and decide where to put things. If something needs a little bit more tuning or less, or another compass or less. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's all like a big trip that we just try to make it flow and for to enjoy it too, you know. But it comes out sometimes like a very long song, especially in the last albums, because actually on the first album it does have like a little bit more of a punk influence because me and Fernando we used to play in punk bands too,
Right on.
but now we just like.
I'm still playing it.
I mean, he actually does play in a punk band.
I mean,
But
yeah.
in Weedsnake, it's just like sometimes we do make very long songs, and I guess we don't really
But I
care how
think that's
long.
definitely because we're really high on weed.
Yeah. No. That's a very good way to keep the song going. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the consumption of cannabis is a pretty persistent theme in your music and in your kind of graphic design. I don't know, just tell me about that. Talk about that for a minute. Like marijuana, we all love marijuana, but Weedsnake seems to really like that weed. So tell me about that a little bit, Connect that for me.
Yeah, the good cliche, and it works and it helps absolutely. So we just surfing the wave in a way. I don't know. So yeah, it's really good. I don't know.
It's like a funny topic too sometimes because we know that it's very cliche and we know that we already have like, a lot of songs about it, but then we just embrace it more and we're like, hell yeah, let's just keep doing it. We don't. And I mean, we also try to write about other stuff too, but that just happens more natural for some reason. I guess because of the band name also,
I think there is a million ways to say that you like to smoke weed.
You're never gonna run out of ways to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a big scene in the city too? Is the
I don't think a lot of people do
Is it legal?
that.
Is it?
yeah? Is
legal?
it,
No.
I think there's a kind of hole because there are some people that have like this amparo. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's in English.
there are-
permit,
Yeah.
but it's like a very kind
It's
of
not yet.
difficult. I mean, it's not yet. It's not yet.
But there
Okay.
are cannabis clubs now, and in some of them you can actually buy.
Yeah, and in the street, there's a street. In the street, there's some parts that they have like this agreement, or I don't know, that you can smoke in there. No,
Like he
Yeah.
bought a roll the other day, right?
Yeah.
By his house, there's like a store where you can actually buy a joint.
but I mean, it's not legal.
But it's
right, but it's there.
Yeah,
Fucking government.
we want to get people used to it.
Yeah, they're trying to take away even our Texas has legalized.
Well,
Edible.
yeah, kind of like a
There's-
hemp oil derivative was sort of legal, and now it's not.
Yeah.
They've taken it. So yeah, you still have to go to California, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, New York, other places besides Vermont, like everywhere but here, anywhere but the South,
Yeah.
I
basically.
mean, also
Even in
the-
Oklahoma, it's legal.
The United States, maybe it's gonna be legal sometime.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because
Yeah.
Mexico has been under this fucking narco violence problem since a long time, and we're done with that shit. We hope we can have legal weed soon because it's been really tough. All this shit. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
is
mean,
is that a big problem for you guys personally? The narco violence?
not here in the city,
Not here in the city.
but yeah.
And I think also it's like a very complex thing, like it's not just making it legal, it's like very, very complex.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think it's
No, I
for another podcast.
think it's gonna help, man.
But yeah, it's obviously gonna help. But you have to do it the right way, you know.
Right.
Yeah, we know the things in Canada.
Fucking fucking war on drugs, you know.
Yeah, we'll have to do a whole podcast where we can talk about international politics for sure. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot we can discuss. And that kind of made me think of, Fury. You've got a story about trying to apply for your visa. So on our first podcast, we kind of did an overview of all the bands that we have on Things from Beyond, and we got to the Weedsnake. We got to talking about the how we wanted to get you guys to come here to play, and the absolute shit show that became, trying to get visas for everybody, and it didn't work out. I was just wondering if you guys could kind of tell me that story from your point of view and share it with everybody. You know, what it's like being a Mexican band trying to come to the United States and play shows like a normal thing, and we can't make that happen. So tell us about that if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean it's been really hard to get these visas. It takes like a long of time, the whole process. I mean, this when they give you these appointments or they interview you and shit, it can take like at least 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. It took 2 years for your application just to get your interview. Was it a year and a half or 2 years?
So yeah, we've been
In another city, not in his city.
That's right. Yeah, you had to go up to Monterey, right?
To fly to Monterey and wait.
Yeah.
2 years.
So I started the process 2 years ago. When I don't know, that's my theory, but it was probably another political. I don't know how to say it.
Administration.
In your country.
Yeah.
There is an administration.
Yeah, it was definitely more friendly towards
Yeah, so
immigrants before.
So I was hoping probably that I think they're gonna give us, and yeah,
Should have been fine. Yeah.
this is my opinion. Probably
Really frustrating.
yeah, probably when I have finally my appointment, it was this like Trump who was on was in office like for just like a week or something, and he was
At the very end, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I think probably that didn't help as well. That's my theory, and yeah, they just say I was denied.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And it sucks because he had to wait 2 years, you know?
Yeah.
And like,
yeah,
I
gave
heard.
me, like a paper who says that I can apply again, but yeah.
Did they give you any reasons or anything?
No. They just asked me like a couple questions, like what do you do for a living? Yeah. Well, what do you want to go to the States?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I tell the truth, and yeah, they said no, sorry, not this time.
So
Yeah.
how different is the experience? Because you guys, that's what we want to bring. You guys
they
recently played in
Played
London.
in London, and
So
you
how
toured
easy?
Europe.
Yeah, how easy was it to? What's the difference in the experience of going to Europe?
Easy, yeah, way much easier.
yeah, it's because we only needed a passport. And I mean, we did fill out some forms and everything. We got invited to play at a festival in London. And
Desert Fest takes care of your work visas and your work visas, and that's it, because we had to buy our plane tickets and other stuff. But yeah, they got us the work visas, and we just had to sign some stuffs and pictures of passports, and that was it. Yeah.
All right, cool. So tell us about the London show, man. Yeah, because that was a pretty big deal. Was that their first time in London, or have you played there before?
It was our second time.
Second time.
Yeah, we play in 2016.
17.
Yeah.
We played at a punk festival the first time.
Yeah.
Of
Nice.
the outskirts, yeah, of London, no? It was outside. It was like in Tottenham, no?
Yeah.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was pretty good as well.
It was fun, but it wasn't as crowded or as. I mean, it got crowded after a while. I mean, yeah, it was okay, but
Yeah.
this recent one was much better, obviously, because it was Desert Fest London with
Yeah.
a bunch of really cool bands. Some of those bands that we actually listen to or look up to or whatever. In my
Yeah. Cool.
in my case, I really. I mean, the whole bill was really good, right?
Right.
At that festival, Godflesh was playing, and UFO Mamet, with Frankie and the Witch Fingers, Osric Tentacles, which is a band from the UK that has been playing for like more than 30 years.
Fucking Bong Reaper.
Bong Ripper, Suicidal Tendencies was on that bill too.
Oh wow.
Acid King. So there were a bunch of really good bands that we
Wow.
actually do listen to pretty often, you know. So
It was pretty fun.
it was great. Yeah.
It was pretty fun because I think most of the times the bands are on tour when they play there, so they have to move the next day most of the time. But we can.
We could stay all weekend.
Yeah, we could stay all the weekend
at the festival.
It was really, it was fun.
Yeah,
it was great to see, to party with the guys.
I mean, obviously, like the set was like, it was really cool because we got some time to prepare for it. Like we
got a week early, and we rehearsed like 3 times before, so it was a fun show.
Yeah, we did pretty good. I felt like we killed it, and the crowd went wild for sure. It was pretty good, and people were telling us that it was really cool.
Yeah, the rest of the weekend it was just like, oh look, there are the Weedsnake guys over there.
Yeah, they would see it.
So when you got to go back to the rest of the festival,
we were like, they were like, hey Mike, do you want a pint? So that was fucking great.
Get a chance to drink with some of the Brits.
Yeah.
They like to do it. I've heard they like to do that.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. I like the Brits and their accent. Hi, Mike.
Cool
it was
guys.
a really cool experience for sure.
Cool guys, and London is a fucking
cool place.
City.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a really cool city, man, and the museums are free, so it's like really nice to go around and eat. And
London is great.
And Desert Fest is definitely a really good, very awesome festival for sure.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what's next for Weedsnake? You talked a little bit about maybe wanting to do that split, but let's look into the future. What's the future of Weedsnake?
We're looking for like a really cool band to do that split with, you know.
Yeah.
But we still haven't.
And more for the future, we're hoping to get a lot of money from this party.
Yes.
And
we
make another album with that money.
Yeah, we want to do another album. We want to go on tour. Probably we're trying to go on a Mexican tour in June.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we're trying to do that, and
maybe tour again next year, Europe.
Yeah, we want to
trying getting the visas to get to the US. Because
we'll work on that. We got to try to make that happen.
That's gonna be the big.
We could hire a lawyer to help, but the lawyer is really expensive. Expensive. Yeah, so we got to figure it out though. Like we can't just let this.
I know.
We can't let this stand. You know, we gotta fight this. We gotta make this happen.
America needs a Weedsnake.
Totally, man.
I agree, man. I agree. That's the whole point, right? I mean, you know, that's why we sell these. That's the whole. That's our whole mission up here is to spread doom around
Instagram messages like, you should
Yeah.
come to
Alabama.
You should come to Alabama.
Got to give them, give the visa office a reason
Even
to say it.
even the guys from Weed Eater, we met them, and
Yeah.
they were like, "Hey, if you're ever up there, we can like do a show together."
Yeah,
Oh,
perfect. Yeah.
Dude,
So
Yeah,
there's just a little problem of the United States government being in the way, but we'll take care of that. We'll just
Yeah, they've never stopped anything.
very very frustrating, but hopefully we will make it happen soon because we really want to.
we'll put some pressure and we'll try to get that to happen because it's a really important thing. It's a very important thing. The world needs that. America needs Weedsnake. Absolutely, I agree with that. That should be on the tour T-shirt on the back. American needs Weedsnake.
American needs Weedsnake.
We can do like a fundraiser thing where like
that would be sick.
Weedsnake.
Oh yeah. Send Weedsnake across the border legally with like a Kickstarter or something.
Yeah, we
we
gotta
can
do
do that.
something about it. We gotta do something about it because really want to go play over there for sure.
Yeah, straight up.
And I believe it would be a really good thing for us and for the people that want to see us there. You know, they're
Right.
always
Yeah.
But especially for us because we love to travel and to do our
Play, get to know new people, new bands, listen to other stuff.
And I mean, we're gonna continue to write music.
More friends.
Mhm.
We have those 2 songs coming up.
Yeah.
We should be, writing a new album at some point as well.
Right.
So, and
So
touring.
if there's another band listening also and you're kind of interested, hit us up. Send us some,
Yeah.
and we'll see if we like it too.
Okay. So one more question is go ahead, man.
Actually, it's a Texan band. That would be sick.
Oh yeah, totally. Like
Yeah.
we got Wolfat, Mountain of Smoke.
Oh, dude, Wolfat, I love that band.
Wolfat's they're from Dallas. Yeah, that'd be cool. Wolfat.
Oh, I didn't know that. I like those guys.
Yeah, they're from Dallas. Yeah.
And I mean, you can do a Texas tour and still cover a lot of ground.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They
Great.
could in San
Yeah.
Antonio.
Texas is huge.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and make that happen. We will try. We'll
Thanks, man.
work into it, make it work. Yeah, for sure. So I was gonna ask, real quick, if you could name me some more bands in Mexico City that the people need to hear about.
Well, you have to listen to Vinum Sabathi.
Yeah.
You have to listen to Fumata.
Uh huh.
You have to listen to. There's a fucking bunch. I don't know. I mean,
His other band called
His other
Terror
band.
Cosmico.
Oh yeah. I got your record over there. You guys are fucking.
You have
awesome.
another band too, right?
yeah,
No, it's not
Well, it's like black metal band.
you can listen. You can start listening to our other bands.
So you have bands? Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I play in. We're kind of new. We play like this good hardcore punk stuff. We're called Chaosfera. So yeah, and Etzion has other projects too. Yeah.
Yeah, and other than that, I also like I like a band called Hong Kong Blood Opera.
Oh yeah.
They're good from Mexico City. I like them.
Hong Kong Blood Emperor.
Blood Opera.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Blood Opera. Ooh, shit.
And,
That's a serious name.
That's
Right?
a sister
Hong
name.
Kong Blood Opera.
they're
Damn.
pretty good.
That's
There's
fucking heavy.
another called The Funerals. I like them too.
The Funerals.
What else? There's
Oculto.
Oh yeah.
some pretty good bands for sure.
From Mexico City.
Apocalypsis that is playing at our
Apocalypsis.
festival. It's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, back in the day.
El Ahorcado.
If you like more death metal vibes, you should listen to Reverence to Paroxysm. It's a really fucking good project.
Hakavit is also.
Hakavit is
they're also
very
from,
nice.
they're also from here, right?
Very heavy.
I mean,
Yeah. There's a bunch. I don't know.
Putrefacción en masa.
That's one of my bands.
There you go. Make sure everybody gets their other bands covered as well. Yeah,
I'm
cover all the bases.
the drummer there in Putrefacción en Masa, and I have another band called Crank. It's just Crank, like the movie Crank.
Okay.
It's a fun band. It's also like a hard rock type of stoner sludge. So yeah,
Okay,
check
cool.
us out for sure.
Yep, check it out, man.
Yeah, there's another label that it's LSD Records that they have like a bunch of
Yeah.
other bands.
That's right. I love what they're doing on LSDR. That's amazing.
LSD Records, yeah.
Absolutely.
Concreto,
Yeah.
they have also there from Veracruz, but they have like
Yeah.
some other kind of metal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
All right, man. Well, damn, guys,
Yeah.
that was awesome,
Yeah,
man.
that was really good. Thank you guys so much for taking
Thank
the
you,
time out
guys.
and talking to us, man, and
Sorry for our
spreading the word.
Yeah.
English.
What's that? Say that again.
Sorry for our sloppy English.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. No
Thank
worries,
you guys
man.
for
This was
inviting
great.
us.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
We're meeting you too.
hope to see you
Finally.
soon.
Going
And
the other head. And things from beyond.
Yeah, thanks for all your support, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome. I mean,
I mean,
you guys,
this, yeah.
great band to work with. I mean, this was a great project. We can't wait to keep it going, to see what else you guys got going on, and just keep putting it out there. So
Yeah.
I think it's a great partnership. We fucking love working with Weedsnake. We love you guys.
It's a great ambassador for our mission to spread doom to
That's
every
right.
corner of the world.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of weird, but it means well.
Unified.
Yeah, you doomify the world.
Yeah.
Gonna sludge over everything with some fucking steaming hot Weedsnake. How about that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
we've been getting
All
a
right,
lot
guys.
of good compliments from that album. So hopefully it will get around more and people will listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
we really like it. I think it's our best one yet. So
Yeah.
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 definitely.
Well, was happy to put it out, man. Real cool. Okay, guys. Well, shit. This was awesome. Great talking to you.
All right, fellas.
All right. All right. Well, I guess we'll let you guys go. I know you guys got a bunch of weed that y'all need to smoke up. a bunch of rock and roll to play, so we don't want to keep you from that. But thank you for your time, for sure.
All right, fellas. All right. See you
All
later.
right, guys. Hey,
See ya.
adios. We love you.
Bye.
There we go. That was really cool. Getting to talk to Weedsnake. That
with
was
the
awesome.
boys from Weedsnake.
So we had some technical difficulties all throughout that. So I'm not sure how that's going to come together, but we're going to try.
There's gonna be some wide shots.
Yeah.
Some overhead shots. But yeah, no, that was the first Zoom, folks. That was
Yeah.
the first Zoom interview.
Yeah.
So.
We spent a lot of time getting all this stuff set up, and then
And then didn't hit the one button. Oh well. All right. That's episode 6, folks.
yeah,
episode
we should
6.
be able to put that together. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, man, fucking talking to Weedsnake, that was really cool. Breaking it down for us, telling us about the scene,
Yeah.
telling us about the sound.
They're very active in the scene, man.
Yeah, those guys are really running shit down there, man.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It seems like they're wanting to do, almost everything they can to build that community down
That
there.
is how you do it, right? Like you
yeah.
can't wait for, something to happen. You got to make it happen in your town. Rent a venue, or get somebody's garage.
Right.
Get your friends over. Put a show on. Just do it. Just be the scene.
And being in Mexico City, they have all the natural elements. You've got the people to support it. You got enough
Yeah.
people. Period.
Yeah.
You've got that city vibe, the
Yeah.
pace and bustle of the city.
Yeah, dude, Mexico
Yeah.
City is a fast-moving
Yeah.
burg. It is. Everybody's in a big damn hurry.
Well, like they said earlier, like they said in the interview, you can
Yeah.
liken it to New York City, which I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And that's where some of the best. You don't hear a lot of underground music coming out of New York anymore, but maybe this because it's underground. But maybe they're keeping it, locked away in New York. But that's what we're trying to do for Mexico City, trying to get it out from the underground of Mexico City.
Yeah, there's just so much amazing stuff happening there.
Yeah.
And Weedsnake is right there at the middle of it. And that's why I'm always like, so Weedsnake, tell me about, what's going on down there, because they know, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because they're making it happen.
Well, at the end there,
Yeah.
they were like, well, we could list bands all night
Yeah.
of what to listen to next,
Yeah.
or what else is out there to listen to.
Just the whole scene in Mexico City has this really cool DIY vibe to it.
Yeah.
Their approach is very do-it-yourself, very punk.
Right.
Very inspired by the punk way of doing things, punk way of
Right.
thinking. They just play Doom.
Yeah. They just
And
a different.
smoke lots of weed. Oh my God.
It's funny how you're like, yeah, they're probably rolling up a joint
Uh-huh.
before they start.
And what are they doing?
Yeah.
Right
Almost
there.
instantaneously. Hopefully, you'll see it. You'll see the smoke in the wide shot. But yes, it was confirmed that his prediction was correct. That would be taking place. Yeah.
Yeah. So we also got to hear kind of the rest of what happened with Furious and his attempt to.
Yes. His
So-
visa attempt.
So what happened? Just to kind of recap, if it wasn't quite clear, he couldn't get a visa appointment for his interview in Mexico City.
Right.
So he found one in Monterrey, and that's like really far.
Really far. Yeah.
So he had to go all the way to Monterrey for that interview, and then he gets there, and they just talk to him for just a few seconds, and then they say, "No, you're not compatible."
like stereotypical, like out of a comedy show or
Yeah,
something.
right?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Denied. They said, "Oh, you're welcome to reapply," but they didn't really tell him what he needed to do differently.
Right.
What was wrong with with him?
It's
You
just
know.
like, this is actually how you would
Yeah.
get approved next time. Never said.
Yeah. So the whole thing kind of fell apart right there when
Yeah.
he got denied, and that's it. We can't get in the guitar player. We can't get in the bass player. That's there's just not. It's not going to happen. So they really want to come here and they really want to play. We just have to fucking figure out.
It's literally the only place they haven't been yet. To play.
No shit. They can go to Europe. They can go to fucking Japan. You
Yeah.
know, they can go all over.
all over South America.
Yeah.
Central America.
Yeah, they can go everywhere
Yeah.
except for here.
It's kind of weird.
It's really fucked up.
Kind of weird, especially on a touring musician work visa. You think that would be the easiest one to get?
No, that's really tough to do, and
Yeah.
it just costs so much because you have to get a lawyer because there's all this stuff that you have to write. It's like a whole kind of essay
Yeah.
you got to submit, and yeah, it's a whole thing. But I'm not saying we're not going to look into that again, but
Right.
goddamn,
It was the learning experience. It was the
Uh-huh.
original learning experience.
yeah. But I think if we could finally figure out a way to crack that, then we can kind of open the
Well, yeah, that's going to be the key.
the gate.
Yeah, because we're going to be the only ones providing it because no one's busting their ass trying to get
No,
these
no,
bands
yeah,
up there.
it's not. You don't see a lot of people doing it.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of live shows,
Yeah, so
we're
that,
gonna,
yeah, we were
let's
going to
talk
go out
about
on
this.
that. Yeah. So okay, so as you can see with Jet's shirt here, we put on a show in Mexico City a few years ago, and this was the show where I met
This is the
actually
lineup.
met Weedsnake, and all the other bands there were like, oh, you got to get Weedsnake to play this show. They're
Yeah.
fucking great. They're like the doom sludge band.
Was this
around
before
here.
this was released?
Yeah, it was before.
Okay.
So they kind of got Weedsnake to headline that show, and went down there, and I met everybody and met Weedsnake, saw them play, and they were just fucking great.
Yeah.
And such a great live band. While I was down there, I used a little floor mic and I recorded the bands Occulto, Cementales Salvajes, and Satanico Pandemonium.
Yeah.
But the fucking batteries died on my shit
Oh, damn.
before Weedsnake played.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't able to record them.
Right.
So they played another show a couple weeks later, and they had the guys from LSDR
Right.
come in and bring in some gear and actually record a multi-track recording of their
Nice.
show.
Awesome.
So I got that from them, and then I put that together.
Combine the two shows.
Yeah, so we have 4 tapes out, and every performance except for Weedsnakes is from that show.
Right.
But it's just a couple weeks later.
Right.
So it's still we still have a live performance from all that, but just
Probably the same set list
yeah,
too. So
just a
yeah.
caveat. It's just a couple weeks later is when that show got recorded. But it's all kind of in the spirit of whenever we we got all the bands together there
Yes.
for that show on Halloween because it was really amazing.
It's a live event.
So we have a cassette player relic here. You can see the end of it there in the 2-shot. We're gonna try and play this tape, and we're gonna see how this works. This has been a day of experimenting with our stuff.
We are just going. We're doing it live, folks.
We're doing it fucking live, man.
We don't care.
We are going to kind of reset some stuff here, and then we're gonna play. We'll play the first track off the cassette, and then that'll kind of be the out. That'll wrap it.
Do you happen to know the title of this track?
Let me get the thing, and I gotta show it anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's show that this dope tape cover.
Dulce Nectar.
All right.
That's the first song. Okay. I'm actually really happy with how this layout came out. These tapes. So we got the live shot there. I'll put the graphic up.
Yeah.
That's the photo I took. That's the same photo I used in the poster for the record.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then the Weedsnake.
So yeah, tapes. Interesting. This is something I was surprised that became a thing. People being interested in cassettes again.
I can imagine them still being around. I can absolutely imagine them.
But what I kind of always dug about tapes was that you can find some really kind of unique, special things.
Yeah.
Whenever these things were really getting, like, back in the 90s when these things were getting just sent out by the millions. And I always loved listening to live concerts. So I just kind of got the idea to, oh shit, let's record the bands and put some tapes out of the live shows. That'd be kind of interesting. So that was just another fun thing to figure out.
It's quicker than the record.
Yeah.
And it's probably got the next best sound quality. I mean, people would say CDs are better.
CDs, yeah.
But for once again, for this kind of vinyl style, this type of style of music.
Sounds good on tape. Yeah, the music does. The high mid-range or the prominent mid-range sounds pretty good on tape. So, yeah. So I think it came out sounding pretty well. So we'll see how
well it
transfers here through the thing. So that's it. So we're gonna go out on that. So
we're gonna end the show with that, folks.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna try this again with the other bands, and we'll see how this comes together.
We know it can at least work.
Yeah.
So that's good enough.
Okay. All right then.
Pero